Join the team.
Oh, man. I know. Smell that. Huh? Smell? Yep. Smells like purple. I know. Hey, this is the McGuire Review, and today we're going to be taking a look at Wyrmwood's Dice Vault. Now, this is something that I'm sure a lot of you have seen already in the past, but I did want to bring a little bit of a highlight to this particular one because I was really impressed with the variation of wood on this one, which is Purpleheart. So we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. Okay, one thing that we do want to mention before we get started here and taking a look at this is the McGuire Review channel now has an official code for Wyrmwood Gaming. So I'll put that in the description below, but I'll just go ahead and tell you, if you go to wyrmwood.com and you do purchase a product, you put in the code when you check out of McGuire, and that's MCGuIRE. Again, it'll be in the comments, the description below. If you go ahead and put that discount code in, you will get free domestic shipping. So that is one thing that's pretty awesome. If you are a subscriber of the channel, you're part of the team, you have joined the team, you go ahead and go to wyrmwood.com, use that discount code, and you will get free domestic shipping. I do have the dice tray. This is one of the table-sized dice trays that I've purchased. I've got it here. I have done a video on this as well. If you are interested in checking this out, I cannot recommend these dice trays more for, it's more that table size. You can use it for a personal size dice tray if you want. They do have smaller ones that are part of their dice towers that are more personal size. But I do like this one to have it out on the table. It's got, the logo burnt in it there, and just absolutely phenomenal craftsmanship. I love the leather insert, and it's been a great dice tray. I will also say we just got back from Gen Con 50, the epic Gen Con 50, and Wormwood did unveil their most epic gaming table. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. If you are into gaming tables, if you do not have one, you want to check out Wyrmwood's gaming table. It blew away all expectation that I had for what they would make in a gaming table. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you do want to see a little bit of a preview of what that looks like, I do have some clips of that are in the Gen Con 50 overview video that I just recently did and released. You can see the table in that video. Bear, go ahead and load the video. We'll go ahead and just put the table right up here so you can check out the table. Yeah, I said I wouldn't. It's unbelievable. It's like when we were at the convention, it's like, no, you were. I mean, he was all over the table. He was smelling that you were smelling the table. It was embarrassing. I mean, it's unbelievable. So just watch the video and you can kind of see an overview of what that table looks like. Lots of fun. The convention was amazing, but this table was absolutely insane. I mean, I just cannot say enough about the beauty and the craftsmanship in this particular table. It really is a sight to be seen. And they will be starting to make those tables and taking pre-orders and it does take, some time to build something of that quality. So they are taking orders right now currently to start building those tables and getting those out to the public. So if you do want to know more about those, go ahead and go to the Wyrmwood website and you can find some more information. So let's go ahead and get into the dice vault here that we have. Like all these Wyrmwood products, they do come in a nice little cardboard box where it'll have their logo, and on one side it will tell you the wood that you got for that product. So like most all their products, there is 16 different woods that you can choose from currently for these products. So the dice tray here, I went with the red oak, which is the lowest cost wood that they offer in these products. And for this one here, we went with the Purpleheart. So I'll show you the outside of it here. It does have the name of the company, Wormwood, right down there on the bottom. That's kind of, burnt, kind of wood burnt into the wood there. And then on the top, they do have their symbol, which I really like the fact of how they do that, kind of singe that into the wood. It looks really good. And I'll also say that all of these woods come just in a very natural finish. So this is the natural color of the wood, Purpleheart. This isn't something that's been stained and dyed. And all of their woods are going to follow the same procedure when they create it. It's going to be kind of that natural wood and the natural grain. And I love this Purple Heart. It's got such a rich tone to it. This one is really purple too. So I'm glad that, you know, because every one of these is going to be completely different. It's obviously it's natural wood. So I'm glad that this is the one that I got because it does have a very rich purple tone. Before we open that, there's two cards that they will generally send with their products. One is the Craftsman Promise and their guarantee, and it's got some information for the company right there. You want to pull that out and read that if you get a Wyrmwood product. It's really going to lay out their promise to you as a customer, and I think it's really good. The other card here, which I'm actually really happy they include, because in my mind it kind of adds a little bit of a specialty to the item. You know, you may just buy an item and say, "Oh, well, it's Purple Heart wood. Okay, cool, right? I like it. I like it because it's purple. That's why I bought it. Or I like it because it has the grain in it." But once you get it out of the package, having this little card here, I think, gives you a little bit more information. So this will tell you they got a map of the world here, and it will kind of highlight in the part of the world that this wood particularly comes from. Again, these 16 woods they have to offer aren't just like go out into the hills of America and find 16 different types of trees. No, these are woods that come from around the world, some of which only grow in specific areas of the world. They only hail and are native in specific areas of the world. And this Purple Heart here shows that it's Central and South America hails from. And they'll kind of highlight that in there on the map, which I think that's a nice little touch. So you kind of know where this comes from, and that makes it pretty cool. And then on the other side, it kind of tells you a little bit about the wood. So, and I'll read this. It's very quick. Purple Heart. Purple Heart is a very hard, dense wood, primarily known for its remarkable coloring. One of our most highly varied woods in hue. It ranges from warm and subtle plum to vivid, cool shades of violet. Over time, the color will mellow to a rich tint. Purple Heart is unmistakable, unique among thousands of wood species, and many collectors count it as a favorite. So, you know, I'm really glad that I do have one of these in Purple Heart because, you know, it's a special thing, and that's pretty cool. So if we open it up, it is just, from a product review perspective, it is a simple dice vault. It does come open in two pieces only. It does have magnetic connectors, and you can hear that. You can also hear how strong those magnets are. So I'm giving it a tug right now, and it's not coming apart. You really have to peel those two pieces apart. So I'm glad that those magnets actually are that strong in this product, because the last thing you want is to put your dice in here and then this thing have weak magnets and it pops open and your dice go spilling everywhere, especially if it's in a game or, you know, you're carrying it around with a bag with a bunch of games in it or whatever. You don't want to lose your dice. And I would say if you're going to get these dice vaults, you're probably going to put dice in it that are meaningful to you or more, you know, special or important dice that you want to carry around, or maybe you just want to carry around any old pair. So you want to make sure that you've got a good connection there. So I do have a couple dice here, just various different sizes to kind of show you. You know, if I was to travel with this set, and I do have a little cool bag that came with this, and these are Crystal Cast dice. A couple years ago at a Gen Con, I bought some of these real, you know, the stone amethyst dice. So I do have that set there, and I might want to put those in the holder here and travel with those. Now, the fact that they're smaller, there is some padding that's inside of these. And again, if you wanted to, because this padding isn't necessarily, you know, glued in, it's set into the wood. You could take that out and put some thicker padding in if you wanted to, if you were only going to use some smaller dice like this. It's just your standard foam padding. But it works fine just like it is. So you can put that together, and now you have all your dice here in the case. Now you will notice you may have a little bit of movement, but these are very small dice. But it's going to keep them nice and protected. Whereas if you were to use, and I like that they're purple, kind of matches, they're the amethyst. If you were to use more of your standard size dice here that I have, you can put those in, and you'll see those do fit very snugly. So once that goes in the case, oh man, look at that magnet. I just picked that right up. It was so strong. These aren't going anywhere. I mean, there is no sound. I mean, these things are not moving at all in this case. They are completely secure in the case. So let's say that you do have a nicer pair of dice that are like this, but are the larger size. You can put those in there, and they're not going anywhere. They're not going to shake around. Not going to have any problem at all. So that's the Wyrmwood Dice Vault. I think it's a great product. Again, this is offered in 16 different woods. It has phenomenal craftsmanship like all Wormwood products. I've always been so impressed with these guys and their shop and what they're doing. They really nail the products that they have, and they do a great job with them. These range in a wide assortment of prices, and that goes right along with the woods. So, these can start all the way down around, I believe, that $25 mark for some of the red oaks, much like what I got in my personal dice tray here. And they can range all the way upwards to over $100, depending on which wood you choose. So, that's completely up to you as a customer. You may decide to get one of the lower priced dice vaults, and you're going to get the same quality and craftsmanship and promise in any of those through that price range. It's only the wood choice that you decide to go with, which is going to make that price difference. And that's up to you as a customer. So I think it's a good value. It's a great product. And, I can't say enough about the Wormwood products. These guys are just doing a great job. Keep it up. Check out that table. It's going to blow you away. So if you need a dice vault, go ahead and check these out and pick one up. You won't be sorry. It's a great product. So hit that like, click the subscribe below to join the team, ring the bell. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time.